This is very
By a
dangerous.
landslide.
By a landslide. This is a dangerous one for Jake.
He needs to do it, though.
This is a dangerous fight for Jake. The kid has got balls the size of Manhattan.
Tank Davis! 135 pounds.
People are that I'm sparring and being able to see how good they are and knowing how good Tank is, it's actually going to be my toughest test to date.
Logan Paul has openly voiced his concerns about his brother Jake stepping into the ring with a newly transformed Gervonta Tank Davis, calling the fight dangerous and potentially Jake's toughest challenge yet. Logan points out that Davis has dramatically filled out and evolved, making him far tougher than fans expect. He draws a parallel to his own experience facing Floyd Mayweather Jr., noting that Davis now displays a blend of speed, sharp precision, and ring intelligence that echoes Mayweather's prime. Logan emphasizes that what appeared to be a mismatch in favor of Jake could flip the moment they hit the canvas, and that's why he's genuinely worried for his brother's safety and career trajectory.
Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis has been confirmed. Guys, this fight is actually happening. Jake is a plus 155 underdog going into the fight and taking the biggest risk he's ever taken. It's going to be on Netflix. Now, this fight I will watch.
This one's crazy.
Please give me the weight. Please give me the fucking weight.
It's an exhibition. There is no weight.
There'll be no guideline.
There'll be agreed weight.
A range?
Yeah, there'll be agreed weight in the contract. It has to be.
For Jake to come down.
Correct.
What will it be?
It'll probably be 195, maybe 200.
Still.
Bro, how is that possible?
I mean, bro, I did it with Floyd. You guys don't understand. Exhibitions are a real thing now. As long as people are watching, that's the metric.
Yes.
You know how tall? You know how tall Gervonta is?
I think he's like 5'5".
Not even.
He's probably 5'4".
Bro, okay, but look, you want to know what's going to happen in that fight? Because I'll tell you too.
Tell us.
Because I did the same thing. I fought a really crafty, much smaller fighter. His name was Floyd Mayweather.
He's a young Floyd. Protege of Floyd.
In the prime, in his prime.
Yes.
Well, close, right?
No, Gervonta's, I think he's still in his prime.
That's what I'm saying.
I would, bro.
This is a different fight than you and Floyd.
This is very
By a
dangerous.
landslide.
By a landslide. This is a dangerous one for Jake.
He needs to do it, though.
This is a dangerous fight for Jake. The kid has got balls the size of Manhattan.
Some analysts are raising eyebrows about the weight considerations for the Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul bout. While Davis typically fights at 135 pounds and walks around substantially lighter, a handful of commentators speculate he could step on the scale closer to 160 pounds for this clash. This projected weight jump, some 25 pounds above his usual fighting class, would tighten the size differential and potentially enhance his power-to-weight ratio, making the fight markedly riskier for Paul.
Could be the most concerned about with Gervonta Davis. As we know, big exhibition coming up November 14th. We are going to do a live stream watch party for that. I don't know in what way, but we got to make it special. You guys know when I do these watch parties, they are insane. We want to have some guests. We may do a 24-hour. I'm not sure. Leave in the comments what you want to see. But we may be seeing the formulation of a game plan and tactics from this training footage from Gervonta Davis. And I think I may understand the key of what they want to do, how they want to go about it, and why Jake Paul might be in more trouble than I originally thought. What do I mean? The breakdown. Let's go.
He is the star of Weight Concept.
All right, so Calvin Ford, coach for Gervonta Davis, has been for pretty much since Gervonta started boxing. Sat down with Marcos over at Fight Hub. Shout out to Marcos for the footage, man. He's always killing the game with interviews and everything else. He sat down with Marcos, and they talked about Tank and potentially what he will do after the Jake fight, why he's doing the Jake fight, and what their biggest concerns are, which your biggest concerns end up being what you turn into your biggest weapons. The things you're most concerned about, you look to exploit because that's usually the other person's greatest strength, and behind it's their greatest weakness. So I'm going to take a look at this interview and show you guys why I think Jake might actually be in a little more trouble than I originally thought with this fight, and why I'm going to be more excited to see what Tank brings if the mindset is where I think it is.
So how are we with everything, man? How's Tank been?
In a good headspace, great headspace, looking good.
Showbiz the Adult clarified that Tank is not the lightweight figure people imagine. In reality, he's compact and muscular, with a frame built for power. This explains how he's able to generate such explosive force despite standing shorter than most opponents. Showbiz also pointed out that Davis's natural strength gives him a physical advantage, even when fighting men who seem bigger on paper. His conditioning, balance, and ability to control distance allow him to deliver knockout blows with frightening precision. That's why calling him small is misleading. Tank may fight in lower divisions, but he carries the body and power of a much larger athlete.
He can yield that type of weight. He's a bowling ball. He ain't a little guy like you guys say. The Tanky Wanky say he's a little guy. But I got more receipts. Do you guys remember what, 2 years ago against Mario Barrios to make 140? He was coming down in weight.
144.1.
Weighing in at 144 plus. Huh? I even got more receipts for you guys. Remember against Ryan Garcia, right? You saw him snacking on snacky cakes and all kind of Skittles and shit, you know, for the All Access with him versus Ryan Garcia. I think this was like episode 2 or something. It was hilarious. But he goes in the store and they have to weigh him. And in that store, he weighs 150 pounds.
Good, thank you.
How much I weigh?
154.
154?
Yes, sir.
All right, weigh me one more time.
All right, 150.
150? What is on? All right, bet.
And then the most famous audio leak that the War Room made famous that we sent out and it went viral when Team Tank said that Gervonta Tank Davis walks around at 160 pounds.
He ain't gonna never want to fight at 135 again. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, it's such a big company, man. What's his walk around weight? In front of like 125? No. Walk around? Like this, you know what I mean? 160. 160? Yeah, well, he get up big, but like, what's his walk around weight?
British boxer Dave Allen offered a more balanced take on the matchup. He admits he never liked Jake Paul's fights against Mike Tyson or Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. because they felt like publicity stunts. However, he believes the Gervonta Davis fight might be different. Allen says as long as no one gets seriously hurt, it is fine because it is an exhibition that entertains the fans. He acknowledges that while Jake may not be a world-class boxer, his fights create conversations that benefit the sport. People want to see how far Jake can go and how Tank handles someone so much larger.
In an exhibition. The thing with Jake Paul, I think he's a good area title level fighter, which and that's a good level. Like, and you can be proud of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's good. But the Mike Tyson fight I didn't like. The Chavez fight was just farcical because he's 10, 11 years past his best, up 6 weight divisions. But less of a problem because Chavez wasn't in his 50s. Fighting the MMA guys, again, he's fighting people that don't do the same, that they're not even in the same sport. But while they're a bit older, they're still not in the 50s. So all that stuff, I won't really watch any of it. I think I've watched one fight against Tommy Fury, the only professional boxer in and around his prime years, and he got beat. But I think his area title level, I think he works really hard. I think he trains hard. And I don't think he's a bad fighter at all. I don't think he's a good fighter, but he's not a bad fighter. For his experience, he's not bad at all. But Gervonta Davis is a lightweight. So, by all means, if they make a few quid and nobody gets hurt, then great. But I certainly wouldn't be paying a penny to watch it. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous, farcical. Who wants to watch an exhibition? Gervonta Davis is in his prime years. Why is he wasting his time? Why is he not having a rematch with the fella he got a draw with? Why is he not fighting? Why is he not going up a weight and fighting Lopez and Garcias and them fighters? Why is he fighting Jake Paul in an exhibition?
Claressa Shields has raised pointed concerns about Gervonta Davis's next steps now that his high-profile matchup with Jake Paul is looming. She questions his decision to hint at retirement so soon, arguing that if he truly believes himself among the sport's elite, he should instead be facing marquee challengers such as Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Shields and other boxing voices believe that by sidestepping these fights, Davis risks the perception of avoiding real competition and opting for lucrative crossover bouts instead. On the other hand, some observers point out that Davis has been dealing with significant mental and emotional burden in recent years, tensions that may influence his decision-making far more than the public realizes.
I don't care what nobody say. Gervonta got skills out this world. He's a scary dude. He's scary. Ain't no way he said he supposed to come back and get Shakur, Devin, Ryan, Tiafimo, whoop all these ass. Now he like, I'm about to retire after I fight Jake. No, I don't let nobody talk about me like that. The way that Shakur disrespect him, the way that Devin talked to him, the way that Ryan, he already knocked out Ryan. The way that these dudes be talking, he supposed to come back and get them. He the man, right? He who everybody say is the best. I ain't leaving no food on the table. When I'm done boxing, I'm whooping all these girls. They all getting beat. You said you can beat me? Oh, okay, I'm gonna figure out a way to get you. You just wait.
Robert Garcia offers a nuanced veteran's perspective on the Davis clash with Jake Paul, suggesting that while there's no outright fault in Davis taking the bout, the timing raises questions. According to Garcia, fighters who've built legendary status typically pursued monumental career-defining fights once their legacy was already well established. In Davis's case, Garcia argues, the big, meaningful matchups that cement greatness, fights against leading champions like Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney, are still outstanding. From his vantage point, the Paul bout resembles a flashy detour rather than a step toward boxing immortality. By choosing spectacle before substance, Davis risks diluting his standing among purists, and Garcia fears this could look like skipping a chapter rather than building one.
Contest before something like that, but I don't know. What's your just take on the whole thing?
I'm not very interested in it. That doesn't excite me. I know it's going to do really good numbers. I know they're making a lot of money, which is good for them, good for Tank, because in boxing, that's what everybody looks for. I think it's, the good thing is they announced it as an exhibition, which is, I'm okay with it. Everybody does it. Mayweather has done it. Ali did it. The only thing, my personal opinion is Tank, they all did it when they had already accomplished so much. They already did so much. Mayweather did everything in boxing and accomplished everything. Muhammad Ali did the same, and many others that have done it. I think Tank never gave us the fights that we really wanted. Never really gave us those challenges. He never really challenged himself. He didn't give Rhodes that rematch, which he should have. Mayweather did it when he had a hard time with Maidana and Castillo. Right away, he did the rematches to prove everybody wrong, and look at what he did. He beat him clearly. So Tank should have done the same. He didn't. That I could criticize, but then at the end also, if you're making 30 to 50 million, I don't even know what he's making to fight, to have an exhibition.